Hey guys, welcome to day 3, which is legs. I hope you're all well rested from your last 2 workouts. I'm still a little bit sore. I think they call it DOMS, don't they? But yeah, I've had plenty of sleep, plenty of nutrition, and I'm all ready to go with my pre-workout. Let's do legs. Now the first workout we're going to do, first exercise rather we're going to do, is get those knees warmed up. So we'll do a leg extension first. Again, high reps. High reps, get those knees warmed up. So I'll just explain this first exercise, which is called a leg extension. Obviously this is for quads. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we get set up correctly. Everyone's got different lengths of leg. My thigh is quite long. So actually the way that this setup is quite right for me. So you want to make sure the back of your knee and the back of your arse is in line there. What we don't want is to be really far forward, so the back of this is off the pad. Everything needs to be right tight, and the same with the feet as well. So we don't want this pad too far on your toes because it puts too much pressure on your knees again. We want it just to be just above your laces on your trainers. And then it just sits right on your ankle joint. So what we're gonna do, nice and steady, just 20 reps, warming up. And what I like to do on this, I like to feel the top of my thighs here, because then when you lock out on your legs, if you can feel that muscle at the top activating, then you'll know that you're getting that right stimulus in your muscle. So we don't want to be doing this where we're just not quite locking out, we'll be getting right to the top, locking out, and back down again. Stretch and squeeze, nice and slow, 20 reps. So again, the rep range is going to be the same for legs, 20 reps, 15 reps, 12 reps, last one to failure. And yeah, between each, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but between every set, you want no more than 60 seconds rest. It's so important. So if you see someone you know in the gym, you want to have a quick chat, you know, you're going to start losing that pump. So just be mindful of that when you're training. None of these workouts should take longer than 1 hour. So if you're doing it correctly, you're having the correct rest in between all your sets. Sometimes you might only need 30 seconds rest, but you'll be able to gauge it. Obviously, if you're doing like a compound movement, like squats, you'll probably need a bit more rest in between your sets, but you'll just be able to gauge it. So yeah, this is leg extension, this is your warm up. These are your first 4 working sets, 20, 15, 12, failure. And yeah, once you've done this, your knees will be nice and warm and you'll get plenty of blood flow into your quads. And I'm ready for your next exercise, which is going to be the hack squat. This is probably, in my opinion, the best squat, best hack squat there is for legs. So I'm not really a fan of barbell squats. I have predominantly quite tight ankles. So when I do squat down, naturally my heels want to lift off the ground. But with this, because you've got the plate, which is naturally on an incline, it keeps those heels down, it keeps all that pressure on your heels, so you can go up and down and keep all that pressure on your quads. So we're just going to do our first set with no weight. And it's really important not to rush it on squats, because you can get serious injuries. So it's all about feet position. So with the feet position, you have your feet further forward, it's going to get more your glutes and your hamstrings. A little bit further back, it's going to be more predominantly quads. But if you've not got a good ankle mobilization, you want to get about a mid-range, and that's going to get a nice balanced position on your quads and your hamstrings. So it's a compound movement for your legs. So I keep my toes pointed out slightly as well. It'll be like 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And that means my knees are going to go out slightly. They're not going to go straight forward, because if they're too straightforward, as soon as you start going heavy, your knees can start caving in, and that's when they'll buckle and you get a serious injury on your patella tendon. So 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, scapula back, chest out, pull this back, down. It's not working. There we go. So you can see how deep I can go on this. My heels are still touching the ground. My toes are pointed out. My knees are facing out that way and that way. They're not collapsing in and caving in. And when I push up, it's all my quads. Again, if I have a bit further forward, I'm gonna feel it on my glutes and my hamstrings, but I want to focus on my quads. So I go my feet further back and then come down. So again, nice and slow. 3 seconds down, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 20 reps like that, it's going to be a great warm up. Have a feel around with your feet position. Don't want to be thrusting forward like that or anything like that. You just want to keep everything glued to the back of the pad. And yeah, down, nice and steady, and up. Yep. Hey guys, so the reason why I'm doing these videos is all about you. I just want to give back. I want to give all my knowledge and all my experience to you guys. But what I want in return is to create a community, a positive community online where I help you, you help me. So it would mean the world to me if you click that like, subscribe button, and yeah, this one's lunges. So the thing with lunges is obviously it's one leg at a time. So we're going to be squatting down, 20 steps up one way, 20 steps another way. This is all about, again, not rushing it, not too much weight, just nice and steady. Again, it's so easy to injure yourself on lunges. So I'm gonna break it down nice and slowly for you so you get that movement right and protect those knees. So follow me, let's get it done. So yeah, this is basically a single leg squat. That's all you got to remember on this exercise. So if you, from the side, we're gonna be walking forward. So every time we walk forward, we're gonna step. As we step, we're gonna go down, keep the back straight. You don't want your knee going too far down. You don't want your knee touching the floor, so you want your knee about 6 inches off. And what that means is your thigh will then be parallel to the floor. So all that stretch, I can feel it now, all that is on your thigh. And you slowly push off and then go again. So I'll show you now. We're gonna go to one end and back again. You keep your eyes focused on one point as well. It's a really good note. Down, nice and steady. Yeah, so what I like to do on this is 10 steps one way, 10 steps the other way, which makes 20 reps altogether, so it's 10 on each leg. It's a good way to warm up. But again, if you just keep it nice and slow and steady on this, remember all these notes. The setup is always important on everything. So you've got the weights at the side there, stand to attention, keep everything engaged. You don't have a floppy frame. If you've got a floppy frame, everything's gonna go. You've got a nice foundation. Stand to attention, we step forward, go down, nice and slow. Everything's engaged there. Got a nice position, all the weights on this front leg, and a nice stretch here, and come up. And what you can actually do, if you haven't got the distance to travel, sometimes you're in a small gym, sometimes you're in your bedroom, sometimes you might just want to do this. One leg at a time, and just go down, and up, down, and up, down, and up, and change the next leg, down, up, down, up. So yeah, just keep your posture right on this. The same with everything, posture right, keep the weight not too crazy, just keep the form good, and just make sure you're not ego lifting. So yeah, need to get my breath now, I feel a little bit tired, but that's quads done. Next thing we're gonna do is hamstrings, and then we're gonna finish with calves. So, next thing is leg curls. So, in case you don't know what we're doing, obviously we've just done the front of the legs, which is your quads. Next part we're going to do is the back of the legs, the hamstrings. So the good thing about this machine is if you've got one leg that's slightly stronger, one leg that's slightly bigger than the other, these pads are individual. It's not all just on one cable belt. So when you go up, you'll be able to feel the weight difference in each leg and the strength in each leg. I know for years and years and years, I trained on just cable machines for hamstrings. And then when I came on this, straight away I noticed my left leg was a lot weaker than my right. So what I had to do was drop my weight down and then just do it nice and slowly. And it's the same for everything. It's just like doing dumbbells for chest. You do dumbbells for chest, you quickly know what side's stronger than the other. Same with biceps, same with everything. So it's always, I mean, you can even do it like this. You can even do a single leg at one at a time. So both down like that. You can do a single leg, nice and steady. And the good note to remember with leg curls is imagine your hamstring is your bicep. So it's the same principle. You're doing an arm curl. If you do an arm curl, you're doing a leg curl. So it's stretch and squeeze. So we're gonna do 4 reps, 20 reps, 15 reps, 12 reps, failure, rinse, recycle, repeat. Same on every exercise, nice and slow and contract. But just for the next few weeks, we're gonna be doing double leg. So both at the same time, nice and steady. So yeah, that's it for hamstrings. We've done quads, hamstrings, next thing is calves. Obviously the things to remember with hamstrings and quads, the movements that we've already done for legs. Squats, your secondary muscle is hamstrings. Same with lunges as well. We're doing quads and hamstrings, but it's predominantly quads. So you're always going to get that secondary muscle that's going to get that burn. So when you do come to doing leg curls, you've already got that engagement already there. So the next thing we're going to do, standing calf raises, obviously for the calves. We're going to do a few more reps on here, a few more sets on here than normal. You got to remember with calves, you're on your feet all day, every day, all day, every day, walking up and down the steps, walking around, doing whatever. So we need to increase the volume and increase the weight a little bit more. So we're just going to step in, get the feet just a little bit narrower than shoulder width. I don't know if you can see that. We don't be too far out, we don't be too far in. We just want to have about a 1 fist gap in between your feet. Keep your toes pointed forward. Lift the weight off. And then just feel that stretch. Let your heels go as deep as possible to the ground. So feel that stretch.
This empty street on the road by the broken dream where the city sleeps and I'm the only one and I'm walking on.
So yeah, with calves, just self-explanatory, just up and down, up and down. Make sure you feel like stretch at the bottom. Heel really needs, so that your heel's there at the start. Your heel needs to go stretch and stretch and stretch as far as possible. Let it hang there for 10 seconds before you do any reps. So it completely stretches it all out. Then go up, 3 seconds up, 3 seconds down. 3 seconds up, 20 reps, 15 reps, 12 reps, failure. Actually, we're going to start on this, we'll do 6. We're going to do 6 sets all together on calves because we're only doing one exercise. So it'd be 3 sets of 20 and then down to 15 and then down to 12 and then the last one to failure. So when I say failure, just keep going until you basically can't move anymore. So even if you're doing some forced reps where you're not going all the way up, you're just sort of jerking it a little bit. As long as you're not sacrificing your form in your spine and everything's engaged, your body's engaged. If you're just getting half reps on your calves, you're still gonna get some stimulus and it's still gonna burn you out a bit. So it's a great way to finish off. Great way to finish off legs. So yeah, that's it done. That's push, pull, legs. That's my program, that's your program for the next 4 weeks. So it's going to be push, pull, legs, 1 day off, push, pull, legs, 2 days off, push, pull, legs, 1 day off, push, pull, legs, 2 days off, rinse, recycle, repeat. Remember everything I said. If you've got any questions, just put it in the comments. Remember to like, click and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.
Oh, you're the push-pull leg guy.